You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, the NCAA's Women's National Championship game is now in the books. Kim Mulkey of LSU, Brittany Griner's former head coach at Baylor, has won the national title. Now, guys, I'm pretty sure that the woke sports media is going to be outraged that Kim Mulkey won the national championship because Kim Mulkey did not want to speak about Brittany Griner. Kim Mulkey didn't want to talk about celebrating the sexuality of Brittany Griner. Well, she won the title today, but the coach on the opposing team actually was making some headlines for what she actually said during the Final Four game against defending champion South Carolina. Now, Dawn Staley, the coach of South Carolina, I believe that she is the most woke coach in professional sports. And that's saying something because Greg Popovich of the Spurs and Steve Kerr of the Golden State Warriors are pretty woke. I believe they actually held that title until Dawn Staley. Dawn Staley sees every single thing through a racial lens. She got beat by Iowa, and it seems like she was pretty salty. Now, what the Iowa coach actually said, I believe, was a compliment to the style of play of South Carolina. But of course, woke Dawn Staley did not see it that way. She tried to spin it into some type of a racial situation. Just in case you guys don't remember what Dawn Staley said, this is what she actually said after she lost to Iowa. Let's play this.
Times other coaches, your colleagues, have sitting in that spot and talked about you all being bullies. What's the truth about your team?
The truth about our team, okay? It's a good question, okay? We're not bar fighters. We're not thugs. We're not monkeys. We're not street fighters.
Now, the reason why she brought up bar fighters is because when they were actually playing against Iowa, the Iowa head coach actually said it's kind of like going to a bar fight because South Carolina is physical. Then Dawn Staley brings in all this other stuff about monkeys and stuff. It's ridiculous. She is a woke lunatic. And then later on in this clip, she actually brings up skin color. It has nothing to do with that whatsoever. She is salty because she lost. I believe it's somewhere around here where she actually starts talking about skin color.
When you're in public and you're talking about my team in particular, just watch what you say about our team. Because it's wrong. You got young lives who are really, if you really knew them, like you really want to know other players that represent this game, you would think differently. So don't judge us by the color of our skin, okay? Judge us by how we approach the game. And you may not like how we play the game, may not like it. That's the way we play. That's the way I coach.
Yeah, nobody was actually bringing up the skin color of the players on South Carolina, except for Dawn Staley herself. Well, let's go ahead and read some of this, guys. It says here, no one is seriously buying South Carolina women's basketball coach Dawn Staley's overreaction to comments made about her team, especially our head coach, Lisa Bluder. After the Gamecocks lost to Iowa 77-73 in the NCAA's Women's Final Four, Staley went off on the post-game podium. She referenced past comments made by Bluder describing SC's style of play as a bar fight. Staley claimed that Bluder and the media were characterizing the Gamecocks as thugs or monkeys. It was an expected angle from Staley, one of basketball's best, because she can coach. She was a champion and wokest coaches ever, and possibly a way to deflect attention from losing the game. I believe that's the case. She was salty about losing the game. Their 42-game winning streak came to an end at the hands of Iowa, and she couldn't handle it. So she jumped to what she actually does best, race baiting, nothing more. It is completely ridiculous. Now, it says here, Bluder spoke out to address the comments by Staley, clarifying, as if it was needed, clarifying that her comments were not pointed. Quote, "There was absolutely no ill intent," Bluder said ahead of Sunday's national championship game against Kim Mulkey's LSU Tigers. Quote, "I know coaches will take things and try to spin it to motivate their team," the coach added. "I've done that, I'm sure. So be it with that. I really meant it as a compliment because that's what it was. Like you're going to have to fight harder than you ever fought in your life to get a defensive rebound against this team because they are so good. That's what my intent was." That's all it was. But of course, Dawn Staley has to make everything racial. Every single thing has to be racial. I actually said Rachel because Dawn Staley, I was just thinking of this. Dawn Staley supported the lies of Rachel Richardson. Remember, Dawn Staley actually canceled a basketball game against BYU because she thought that BYU was racist. And the Rachel Richardson thing, it was all lies. Nothing more than that. It was complete lies. But Dawn Staley, because she's woke, she had to stick by her guns. It is utterly ridiculous. Dawn Staley is absolutely pathetic. I believe that Dawn Staley should actually be apologizing to Iowa and actually apologize to the media because she just tied them all in together as being racist when that is not the case. That is not the case whatsoever. Dawn Staley is just a sore loser. She lost. She's a very good coach, but man, to me, this was very, very bad sportsmanship. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans. Dawn Staley, pretty pathetic, but Lisa Bluder, she fired back. She was right on the money. Nobody's buying what Dawn Staley was selling. Anyway, guys, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.